Good afternoon, everybody. It's April 25th today. We are treating seed. Typically we treat our own seed, but this year we are getting it custom done. Looks like we're filling up. I better hurry up and get over to this truck. So there's pros and cons to doing it yourself, to getting it hired done. We can talk about that here in a minute. Might have to move the truck. So this is Durham. And we treated it nice and red. As you can tell, when you treat something this wet, it actually gets wet, right? We're putting like 200 milliliters of water on per kg, and I think like 325 milliliters of kg of seed treat, which makes it wet, so it actually heaps up more. All right, we just moved trailers here. Trailer one full. So what we're doing is we don't have a lot of spare bins. All these hopper bins are full. So we're gonna completely empty out one bin. We're gonna put it in 3 or 4 sets of Super B trailers. And then we're gonna take that auger and we're gonna put it right back into the same bin it came out of. So you're probably asking yourself some questions like, Mike, why do you treat seed? Let's see if we go down here, maybe we can get out of the wind. I apologize about the wind, but we do not have hammy, so I'll just try and sit right here. Why do you treat seed? We treat seed for, number one, and the main reason is for disease. So we're trying to treat for seed-borne diseases, because when you put this seed into cold soil, really amplifies the disease prone that you get root rot and all these other types of diseases. So we're trying to give ourselves the best chance to a good crop. Really, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Then there's also insecticides. This is not being treated with insecticides, just fungicides. And that's obviously for cutworm, wireworm, you know, stuff that will actually chew on that wheat that's in the ground, cut the roots off, maybe cut the top of the stem off, and actually kill that kernel and that one particular plant that's growing. And then you can put in other types of ingredients, I guess, to increase your vigor and increase your germination. And we will do that also. I can't remember the name of it right now, but so then right now we're just using regular seed treat. We're treating fungicide. That's what we're doing. And we're treating Durham. We're also going to treat our wheat. Our lentils will get another type of seed treat. And then our chickpeas will be another type of seed treat yet again. So everything has its kind of its own little concoction. I was gonna explain why we're getting this custom done this year, and it's just because we want to streamline seeding. We're going to be a little later seeding this year, and when you're treating your own seed, stuff can go wrong, valves can be left open, or maybe you're just trying to get the rate just perfect. Anyway, whatever you're doing, it's always a bottleneck. Treating your own seed is always a bottleneck. Now, that's the con. The pro of treating your own seed is you don't have to stain your bins. You don't have to take this red or blue, depending on what seed treatment you're using, put it back into your bin and then stain it, because that will need to be washed out in the summer before you can put a grain in there that you want to take to market and sell, right? You don't want that on there that you're going to sell. They would reject it. If the grain buyer ever found a single kernel with just a little wee fraction of seed treat, they would reject your whole load, potentially reject your whole bin. Nothing to play around with. But the pro to putting it into a bin already pre-treated is it's just streamlined seeding, like I said. The trucks just roll under. They can load with a 10-inch auger, full ramming speed, be loaded like that, where you can't load that fast when you're treating it yourself. You're at like a 7 to 8 inch capacity auger because you got to run it slower. because the seed treater can't keep up to a full ram speed, right? So that's the reason why we're going to do it this year. Try and streamline things a little bit. Now, treating seed is not a new thing. It's been done for a long time. Every farmer uses different seed treatment. Every farmer has their own concoction. Every farmer sometimes will adjust the rate. Maybe they'll like go to a 3/4 rate, half rate, full rate, whatever it might be. Maybe they'll take a half rate or a 3/4 rate of the actual fungicide, and then they'll throw something else in it, you know, to kind of bump it up. Everyone's got their own deal. There's not necessarily a wrong or right way, as long as you are treating it for disease. Also, I want to talk about, like, if you are going to plant this stuff into cold soils, like we sometimes start super early before there's even weeds coming. We'll put this stuff into cold soils. The longest it's ever sat in the soil is up to 1 month. 1 month, 4 weeks it sat in the soil without even coming up. And that's the only reason was is because the soil was too cold to grow it. And then you'd be like, well, Mike, why did you start that early? It's because we got a lot to do and we just want to get cracking. So if we didn't treat that seed, most likely it would have rotted in the ground, because the longer your seed sits in the ground, every day it just keeps reducing the vigor. And Michael, what the heck is vigor? Vigor is like the to get this crop out of the ground. I thought somebody was coming up the stairs there. You might just see a head pop up, or maybe you already have. But anyway, vigor is very, very important. So we're actually increasing our vigor, and it's treated so we can leave this in the soil for a longer duration without worry. So how the seed treater works is we have our conveyor dumping it into their little hopper here. We just gotta kind of keep their hopper full. Then it has a conveyor from the hopper, goes up right here, and it dumps it into that, there's a horizontal drum, the whole width of the trailer, and it just spins everything and mixes it up like a big washer machine. And then there's sprayers and everything. It's mixing it into that drum right there. He's gonna open it up. So he's looking inside. We'll go take a peek here in a minute. So that drum is mixing it all up. And then it just offloads it into this here conveyor. And then into the truck it goes. So it's a really simple setup. This trailer has 3 pumps, which is awesome because we're putting on water. We're putting on seed treat, and then tomorrow we're going to be putting on another concoction of our own, I guess. It's not really our own. I can't remember the name of it right now. But regardless, we'll be using 3 pumps. And so you might ask yourself, well, Mike, why are you adding water to it? Water just kind of helps the extra coverage. Kind of like when you're spraying crop. Water is your cheapest chemical, all right? It's your cheapest chemical. So maybe you want to put on maybe 5 gallons, maybe is what the chemical could be rated for, but if you put on 10 gallons, you're just going to get way better coverage. Those weeds are going to get more droplets of chemical on them, and it's just going to be a better job of application, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So we had tried this actually with no water, and I just wasn't happy with the coverage. Oh, here's some irrigate. Irrigate. That's not good. Can't spray for that stuff. Up at the North Farm, I actually had a lot of irrigate in the wheat. And nothing to actually downgrade me, but I was like right on the line. I was like right on the line. Can I take a peek in there, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll just step up on here. I just want to show the peaks. There's your drum. So it's coming in over there. It's actually getting sprayed. You can see the nozzle. See if I can show you that. See that little red nozzle? There's probably one on the bottom, maybe one on the side. For example, our storm seed treater, our auger, actually had 2. One on the bottom, one on the bottom, one on the top. This might have more nozzles than just 2, but then it just gets mixed up in here. Offloads into here, and out into the truck it goes. Kind of satisfying to watch. Kind of like watching a campfire. I'll let him put all that back together. Here's your pumps and setup. 3 pumps. Everything's run off an iPad on this thing, I do believe, which is pretty cool. Then we just keep putting our chemical on. Here, we'll just step up here. We won't touch anything. So here's our water. And we're only using 2 products, so I guess one just has water sitting in it. And here's our chemical. It's like a little paint mixer in there. It's keeping everything fluid. No chunkies. Sorry about the wind, guys, but we are in southwest Saskatchewan. There's one nozzle, I can guarantee you that. There's another nozzle right back here. 1 there, 2 there. 2 for sure. Oh, I like that it has lights to do this at night. You wouldn't want any of this setup to freeze, that's for sure. Okay. The problem is, what thou come out of bin might not go back in bin. In it bin. The reason why is because look at it. See how it's all peaked up? It just doesn't flow the same. So we're keeping this in our truck. There's another one over there. Obviously we have to get the bin empty first. And then hopefully we're gonna give it some time to dry. It's gonna dry going up the auger. And hopefully we can fit as much back in the bin as we can, and I guess we'll see how all that shakes down. Oh, they shut us off. They're gonna run us over. Oh, we're safe. Jared shut the conveyor off. Maybe they ran out of seed treats. I guess we'll find out here. Whatever they're doing, we'll let them figure that out. We're not going to go stick our face in there. Everything is powered by a generator here, a diesel generator. I don't know if I pointed that out yet, because it's all electric motors on everything. And then it has air compressors. They have a vacuum here. Electric winch to lift up the conveyor or lower it back down. It's a pretty nifty setup, I'm not going to lie. Pretty nifty. And then just over here on the other side of this generator, they have a water tank. This is where they put their water. So yeah, we're treating seed. Anyways, guys, I'm not going to keep this video very long. We're probably going to go back to 3 videos a week if we're not already. I have to move this truck pretty quick here anyways. And what do you guys prefer? 2 videos, 3 videos, maybe more videos, but keep them shorter. Less videos, keep them longer. I guess it always has to, I have to figure out how this is going to work for my schedule as well, but I gotta go. I'll catch you guys on the flipper. Adios, amigos.